everybody, Simi Evie here, and in today's video I have a renovation for you guys. I thought it would be really cool to try and renovate one of the houses in Willow Creek with only base game items, because we've had a couple of new items in a few update patches we've had along the way, so I thought it would be a cool idea to try and redecorate and maybe make the place feel a little bit nicer, a bit newer, more modern with these new items. And I don't know about you guys, but when I think of renovation I kind of think of modernising and just making the place feel a little bit more up to date, because this house was really not old fashioned but definitely kind of old school, you know. It had well, you'll see in the screenshots, but it was not a, you know, up-to-date state-of-the-art house that I tried to make it be. I tried, but it was hard. I am fortunate enough to have quite a few packs in my game, not all of them, but quite a few, and I haven't played just base game for a really long time, and I did forget kind of how few items you actually get to play with, and I also forgot that not very many of them have a modern aesthetic. So I did struggle quite a lot. This build took me 3 hours, over 3 hours. The exterior, which I've mostly cut out, not including all these windows and that, was an hour's worth of footage. And the house completely changed over that time. Most of it I just didn't even use. So yeah, I struggled. So I really sympathise with you guys that only have base game. Trust me, if you can get a few packs, there are bigger and better things out there. You don't have to sit and struggle. But I do understand that you can't always afford it, and new expansion packs are expensive, like £40, so I do understand. But yeah, you guys really have to limit yourselves on what kind of build you can make. I found it really hard to do. This is a 3-bedroom 3-bathroom house, I believe, and I really struggled to fill the space. So when I did kind of like a tour of all the houses in Willow Creek to try and pick one out to renovate, and this whole time I was wondering, I was like, why are these houses always so empty? Like, surely I can do a much better job, make them feel really lived in and really warm and comforting. And it's because the base game just does not have enough items for these massive houses. So then a part of me was like, well, why did the Sims team bother building these absolutely huge houses if you just don't have enough items to furnish them with? Because I actually ended up reusing decoration items around the house just to make it all feel more filled. Yeah, I used lots of the same indoor plants, and I think I even repeated a couple of paintings as well. Yeah, it was a real struggle. I did have a little bit of relief when I went to decorate the kids' bedroom, because there is a kids' bedroom upstairs, and there is a lot of kids stuff in the base game. I mean, there isn't much, but compared to all of the other categories of furnishing, we do have a lot of kids items. So I basically filled up the kids room with like as much as I could fit in, and then I also kind of decorated the landing upstairs with some kids stuff to kind of make the house seem cluttered and lived in. And then downstairs as well, I put in some like activity tables, the science table, a little violin, all that good stuff, just to make the house feel a little bit more filled. Yeah. So I do actually really like the kids' room. I think it came out really well. It is a bit of an odd shape. It's that room upstairs that kind of extends out onto the balcony, but it doesn't actually have access to the balcony. The only room with access to the balcony is the master bedroom, which also has an ensuite and its own little living area, because there was just so much room for me to try and fill. I think there's a theme here. So as you can see, I'm starting to furnish the living room right now, and I went with this really nice orange and blue theme. That's just a colour combination that I've been using a lot in my other builds. If you watched my dream house build, you would see that I used a lot of blue and orange, just because I think, well, at the moment, obviously, tastes and everything change, but at the moment I think that blue and orange go really well together, and I do think adding that pop of colour helped to kind of modernise the place and also brighten the place up and make it feel a little bit more exciting, and it felt like there's more to look at with all those bright colours going on. So yeah, the orange and blue basically runs throughout the whole house, and you'll see when we get to the dining room as well, there's also this really nice orange and blue rug that I found. When I was doing upstairs, actually, I found it, and I just knew it had to go downstairs and become like this big statement piece to really tie the whole house in together. Out the garden towards the end as well, you'll also see that we have a gazebo with a piano on it, just because I thought it would make the place feel a little bit more fancy. Yeah, so the garden, actually, I didn't do much to change. I kind of rejigged the place, added a couple of sun loungers and built that gazebo. But other than that, like, especially with the plants, I didn't change much, just because, one, I'm really bad at landscaping, but two, I felt that it had this really nice pattern anyway. So you'll see that towards the end and in the screenshots. So I think the garden also came out really well. The balconies, there's the balcony around the front of the house, which I left completely empty. I don't think it really needed anything. I think it was more just for the appearance of the house, even though there is a door out there from the master bedroom, like I said, so maybe if your sim wants to, like, you know, go out in the morning and admire the view, then they can do that. But the balconies towards the rear of the house have some skill building items. There's a couple of easels about the place just to give your sims something to do, and also lots of planter boxes because you can work on your gardening skill. Like I said, the piano. So yeah, oh, and a barbecue as well, and a nice big table. I used the biggest sizes of dining tables in this house just because it felt like somewhere where you would want to host a little soiree. It's kind of modern, but at the same time I could imagine the owners being quite fancy, which is also why I put that shelf with the bottles on the wall, because I feel like fancy people have like a drinks cabinet in their living room, you know? I just wish there was a swatch without the luminous light in the background, but we can get past that. And I also, you know, the fancy people, I put one of those little like display cabinets in the dining room with the plates in. I don't know why they have them, like to show off their fine china, but yeah, I popped one of them in there as well. So the house kind of has this combination of, it's been renovated into a new modern kind of feel, but at the same time it's got some older objects that have maybe been passed down and the family holds on to. They also have a bar as well for their entertaining evenings, and lots of speakers and stuff as well, because I find Sims like to listen to music quite a lot when they are at events. Sometimes it gets kind of annoying, but whatever, at least they're doing something. So I think that's just about everything I have to say. So I'm going to stop bothering you and let you get on and enjoy the rest of the video. So thank you guys so much for watching. Remember to like, comment and subscribe. I have been Simmy Evie, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys.